Bullish AMP cost forecasts range somewhere in the range of 1 cent and 3 cents by 2030. Market examiners accept AMP could reach 1 cent by 2025. Bearish AMP market cost expectation for 2022 is $0. AMP presentation. Clients have become used to paying quickly and the independence from worry over security while making buys. This is somewhat more trying for blockchains. Nonetheless, AMP is utilizing collateralization through its AMP token to ensure that network clients will not need to pick either speed and security. Despite the fact that the security token was just presented toward the finish of 2020, it has gained incredible headway. The organization is now being utilized by more than 40,000 areas, and its cryptographic money is beginning to build up momentum. Might we at any point gauge the cost of AMPs, and is the token a method for installment later on? What is AMP? In the space of cryptography, there is banter about whether to put security or speed first. To guarantee the well-being of each and every exchange, security is required. However, speed is fundamental for the broad reception of a blockchain. Collateralization is AMP's solution to this issue. Clients can wager digital currency with every exchange to guarantee that it will finish. The maker of Flexa organization, Tyler Spalding, likewise established AMP. It is developed on the Flexa organization and records two basic roles. While people can involve AMP for secure and quick exchanges from their own resources, consolidating Flexa with AMP is feasible for dealers to ensure that installments are paid progressively. The interest for a vigorous and extensive stage will increment as blockchain client bases keep on growing. Financial backers are starting to see the value in AMP's clever thought. AMP Specialized Examination. Specialized examination shows that since its send-off, the AMP cost has moved generally high and low. The coin's process started at $0, and as indicated by authentic records, it kept up with this cost for a long time. Afterward, it showed an unexpected increment and crossed 3 cents. It then continued with moderate exchanging after that. AMP arrived at a record high of 12 cents. Notwithstanding, following that, the coin had a precarious decay and retested around 3 cents. AMP Essential Investigation. AMP's white paper contends that it fills in as a vehicle for gathering esteem while matching the motivators, everything being equal in dispersed tokenized monetary organization. This is finished by joining a non-inflationary motivator dispersion with positive criticism circles of rising spending capacity. Fundamental financial models are created to show that AMP proceeds as low instability insurance, with its worth becoming simply because of the utility it offers. By empowering decentralized possession and support in monetary organizations, applications based on AMP can become significant degrees more expense proficient than existing frameworks and assist with killing the mind-boggling extra weight loss of conventional social and monetary designs for monetary exchanges. The record proceeds. AMP current cost. For AMP, there are clashing expectations from experts, with some expecting accomplishment while others anticipating looming destruction. In one view, AMP is depicted as a poor venture by wallet investor who accepts it will drop most of its worth over the long haul. AMP is at present worth $0. AMP has moved 5.57% as of now with an exchanging volume of $24,657,527. AMP is at present positioned 140 among all cryptographic forms of money with a market capitalization of $140,881,752 USD. Using the general strength file, moving weighted normal, Williams fractal and moving normal combination dissimilarity from the diagram above, we can decide cost designs for AMP to conclude whether having a bullish or negative year is going. Our cost expectation gauges utilize constant AMP market information, and all information is refreshed live on our site. This permits us to give dynamic cost forecasts in view of current market movement. AMP Value Forecast 2022. AMP, from certain perspectives, is one of the most astounding digital currencies to rise this year. The AMP cost conjecture for 2022 expects a critical expansion in the year's final part, perhaps coming to $0. Likewise with other digital currencies, the ascent will be slow, however no significant drops are normal. Averaging $0 cost is very aggressive, yet it is doable soon given expected coordinated efforts and progressions. AMP is supposed to have a base worth of $0. AMP Value Forecast 2023. In 2023, AMP cost expectation has a lot of space for development. Because of the expected declarations of various new organizations and drives, we guess that the cost of AMP will before long outperform $0. Be that as it may, we ought to stand by to check whether the AMP's overall strength file emerges from the oversold zone prior to putting down any bullish wagers. Taking into account the market instability, AMP will exchange with a base exchanging cost of $0, a typical exchanging cost of $0. AMP Value Expectation 2024. Assuming the vertical pattern go on until 2024, it could reach 1 cent and AMP might benefit. On the off chance that the market encounters a decay, the objective may not be met. AMP is supposed to exchange at a typical cost of 1 cent and a low of 1 cent in 2024. AMP Value Forecast 2025. Assuming AMP effectively helps market opinion among digital currency devotees, the AMP coin cost could stay stable for the following 5 years. As per our projections, AMP will be green in 2025. The AMP is supposed to reach and outperform its unsurpassed high in 2025. In 2025, the virtual cash will be valued at 1 cent, with a base cost of 1 cent and a typical cost of 1 cent. AMP Value Expectation 2026. After some broad determining and specialized examination, we gauge the AMP cost is supposed to cross a normal value level of 1 cent by 2026, with a base cost of 1 cent anticipated before the year's end. Besides, AMP has a most extreme value worth of 1 cent. AMP Value Forecast 2027. Because representing things to come organizations that are supposed to occur by 2027, we are expecting that a bullish pattern will keep carrying the typical cost to around 2 cents. In the event that AMP figures out how to break the safe level in 2027, we could see a most extreme cost of 2 cents. Neglecting to accumulate the help AMP needs by 2027 could bring about a low of 2 cents. AMP Value Expectation 2028. While AMP is endeavoring towards interoperability between organizations to hurry communication, the bullish pattern from the earlier year is supposed to proceed. So the base exchange cost has been set at 2 cents and a yearly cost close above 2 cents in 2028. AMP Value Expectation 2029. By 2029, AMP will at last outperform its past ATH values and record new cost level. The base cost could be 2 cents and possibly arrive at a most extreme value worth of 2 cents, averaging out at 2 cents. AMP Value Expectation 2030. The digital money market is known to be exceptionally unstable, which is one of the many justifications for why cost estimating is a troublesome undertaking. In 2030, we are anticipating that digital currency should have acquired reception across numerous areas. Thusly, the greatest AMP cost in 2030 is projected to be 3 cents in case of a bull run, with a typical value level of 3 cents. And AMP has a great deal of potential in the crypto field thanks to confirmations in regards to security and speed. However, for the AMP cryptographic money to find lasting success, experts accept that it will expect it to continue growing its environment and exhibiting its valuable application. What is the AMP cost today? Today, AMP is exchanging at $0 an all-out market capitalization of $140,881,752. Is AMP a wise speculation? AMP ended up being one of the most discussed coins in the crypto space this previous year. In view of this, it is savvy to say that AMP is a decent decision of venture. How high could AMP at any point go? The typical cost of AMP might perhaps reach $0 a year. Throughout the following 5 years, it is projected that AMP might outperform 2 cents. What amount will AMP be worth in 5 years? In light of the rising notoriety of digital currency and AMP, a drawn-out interest in AMP could see the value ascend to 2 cents inside the following 5 years. What amount will AMP be worth in 10 years? On the off chance that you put resources into AMP today, likewise with any venture, a drawn-out increment is normal. The cost of AMP might actually ascend to 3 cents inside the following 10 years.